Hi there, Jedediah Thomas, the Mind Master here. So I wanted to talk about how you're going to be able to identify the symptoms of the things that I can fix. Now, in the Model of the Mind video, I talked about, I work on the deeper layers than the brain, than the body, than the emotions, right? But all of the stuff that I fix cascades into those levels, right? So there's stuff that I can fix, such as all of the symptoms of ADHD, executive dysfunction, all of that stuff. It is fixable over time. It all breaks down to the same stuff as everything else. However, in those cases, if it's going to be a longer fix like that, it's a compound problem, you're probably better off treating the symptoms first, right? You need quick wins in a lot of cases. What I do can often give you quick wins in many cases if we're removing traumas, we're removing beliefs, or anything like that. But if it's a very compound issue, you need to fix the symptoms first, and then we can work on the underlying causes long term, right? They are fixable, but just so you know, there has to be an alignment of what you're looking for and what I'm looking for, right? So as far as the symptoms of what you're looking for, there's kind of two camps of people, right? There's the one group which is they've tried literally everything. They know they have a problem, they're suffering, they're in turmoil, maybe they have a good job, but they can't do it, like they're getting triggered, they're all of these things, and it's causing an immense amount of suffering, it's affecting relationships, all of that, and they've tried every modality that's out there: therapy, RTT, tapping, meditation, you name it, they've tried it, and it's just not working, right? Those are some of my best clients, actually, because they see the value of something that actually works when nothing else does, and that's what I can provide. And so you'll see a lot of these symptoms of irritability. You'll see getting triggered. You'll see your focus, your decision making is being affected. All of this stuff, and it's almost like it's taking over your life, right? It's something so insurmountable you just don't know who can fix it. That's the kind of stuff that I can fix. The other camp of people is kind of like they don't really know that they have a problem necessarily, right? Like they're earning a lot, they have a nice house, nice car, nice family, right? They have kind of the external trappings of success, but there's something not quite right, right? Like they feel like there's something missing, or they're overly harsh on themselves, or they have self-doubt, or something, right? Maybe they are a C-level executive and they're just not getting along with other people, right? The other executives, the other employees, and there's a lot of friction there. There's a lot of relational friction there, resentments, things like that. There's a lot of stuff there that you might not be aware of, but it's showing through the stuff that I can fix, right? So on the trauma side is probably the easiest thing to find because there's a definite situation that caused it. It's not something you were born with. It's not something that you're unaware of. It's literally, it could be a potentially life-threatening situation like a car accident or abuse or something like that. Or it could be something kind of seemingly benign like rejection from friends or parents yelling at you or something small like that. But you're stuck on the snapshot, right? I keep talking about the snapshot of trauma. No matter how much emotional processing you do, you just can't move past that situation. Like a part of you is stuck there, right? And that's kind of how it works, right? If you had a trauma when you were 5 years old, a piece of you is still 5 years old, right? It's making decisions for you. It's emotionally unstable. It's selfish. It's all of these things as though it's a 5-year-old operating in your body, right? So you'll see that your entire life is being controlled by this event that happened that you can't move past, right? And you can treat the symptoms, you can make up for it, but you just can't get over it completely. All right, so that's on the trauma side. On the belief side, on kind of that underlying code of the mind that I was talking about in the model of the mind video, that's going to be a lot more logical, right? There can be emotions attached to it, but not always. It can be like you're you have kind of like this block and you can't figure out what it is. Maybe you're not able to read, or you're not able to do a specific action or something. Like there's some kind of logical block stopping you, and like nobody knows what it is or why it is, and you're trying to work around it. That's the kind of stuff I can fix. Um, on the imprint side, this is going to sound really esoteric, uh, and it just goes down way down the rabbit hole, but it's important for you to understand the symptoms of it. Imprints are what the Hindus call karma, and it's something that attaches to you from other people, and you see those mainly by how the real world reacts to you, right? It's almost like you have a colored glasses on, and everything that you see and everything that people see about you passes through this colored lens, and you'll kind of see those. It's like emergency could be one, or anger, or murder, or something, right? Everyone everyone is reading off of the same script, and they're judging you on something that is not even reality, and you don't even know. It's almost like it feels like a conspiracy, because it's like they're all seeing the same thing, but it's not real, right? Then there's probably an imprint, right? And I can remove those. And I know that sounds very far-fetched, but if you see patterns happening over and over and over again that do not make sense under any logical circumstance, that's very potentially what that is going to be. On the identity level stuff, like I said, what I'm talking about when I say identity level is not a logical identity, it's an energetic identity, and you're going to feel, could be like self-doubt, or um, imposter syndrome, or something. You're going to feel it in your heart area, right? It's very specific to the heart area. It's like the core of your being, who you are, is not quite right. Like you don't feel confident, you don't feel this. That's the kind of stuff I can fix, right? It's not a logical thing. That's probably going to be more like beliefs. It's like an energetic heart thing, that it's like I'm just not the person I want to be, right? So that's how you'll recognize that. There's a few other things that I fix, actually quite a lot that I either fix. It really just depends on what you have, right? There's no one size fits all. I wish that was the case, but it's not the case at all. Everyone is different. Everyone has different traumas. Everyone has different beliefs. Everyone has different imprints. Your own kind of treatment plan is going to be specific to you, but just know that if you have problems that just like no matter what you do, nobody can seem to fix it. You've been to therapy, you've tried emotional processing, you've done all of the stuff that you're supposed to do, and the problem remains. It's probably one of the things that I can fix, most likely, right? We'll talk about it and see if it 100% is. Um, but there is help, there is hope. There are things that are affecting you that nobody else knows about, but I can fix them in most cases very, very quickly, very easily. The beliefs themselves, like I said, it's like a very quick fix to fix them, but it takes a lot of digging. Everything else is like, um, everything that I do kind of takes 5 minutes each, right? But you just kind of have to stick with it until we get through all of that stuff. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was informative for you. Just pay attention to any errant negative emotions, any actions that you're doing that you don't want to, any actions that you're not doing that you want to, and anything that kind of affects your decisions, or pulls you off track, or anything like that is probably a sign of something deeper that needs to be fixed. I'll see you on the channel. Bye.